Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the E93 M3, and it's time to do the seal lubrication on the hardtop convertible, and we'll also go over lubricating the joints in the hardtop mechanism itself. So you want to do this at least once a year. Right now it's end of summertime, so it's a good time to do it. First thing we're going to need is to get the service top position, which means the top kind of halfway open. So let's do that real quick. So I got the panels stacked on top of each other, and this will expose the seals that we can work on. As you can see, there's some dirt and grime on here, as well as around here that we'll need to clean up and lubricate to freshen the seals. We're going to be using gummy fledge stiff to lubricate the seals, and a mix of lithium grease like that, and also some heavy-duty silicone lubricant to use for lubricating the hinges. So let's start with the seals that we can see right over here. I'm going to use a toothbrush to kind of brush clean any of the dirt that you might see on here. Now give it a little wipe down. Now you can go ahead and open your gummy fledge stiff. You're going to put pressure on it like this until you see some of it come out, and then you can just use the sponge to spread it around all over the rubber seals. This is going to rejuvenate and protect the seals, especially from sun damage. Keep these seals nice and supple year-round. So the ones I found so far are this one in the center, and then you also have this one right here that you want to lubricate. Up at the front, you want to do this line over here, including these sections where it's susceptible to drips in the inside of the car. You also want to work your way on this line right here. This is a rubber piece. We've also got this right here as well, going down the line of the window. This is rubber. Right here, this is rubber that you want to lubricate. Don't forget down here as well, this seal that contacts this area right here. Lubricate that. Back here, there's more rubber seals for the back third, including this section. And then also up here on this top part of the rear window, lubricate these seals. 2 layers of them there. And then just double check other sections that you might have missed, but the main ones are the ones on the panels, the seals on each of the panels. Another quick tip, you can use this gummy fledge to also lubricate your Plasti-Dip trim. So like my window chrome trim here has been Plasti-Dip, and that'll help to make that Plasti-Dip last longer. You can also use it on the front windshield seal. This usually gets cracked up over time, so if you put some of this on it, that's going to help keep this long lasting. Lastly, you can also put it on your windshield wipers. Just run a line down the windshield wipers, and that's going to make them last longer, and also silent, because that's also rubber. So anything rubber, feel free to use it on it to help it last longer. This video guide is definitely going to just guide you through the general process, but if you want more in detail, especially like which hinges, because there's so many in this top mechanism that it's gonna take forever to show it in this video. But basically just look for any hinges that you might see, and you also might have to open and close the top in multiple different positions, because there's more mechanisms in the trunk if you want to get every single part of it. I'm gonna get started in this position, and then I'm gonna move the top around. Make sure you have a microfiber towel, so when you spray, you don't get too much drip on your leather trim inside the car. Grease in here, inside this little guide hole here, along with the roller pin here, or whatever this piece is called. Grease that up as well. Okay, so now I moved the top into a different position where the trunk is up kind of backwards, which exposes more of the mechanisms inside. So plenty more hinges and mechanisms to lubricate right there. And also more access to lubrication for hinges in this section as well. And you can also kind of watch your string mechanism here, the string for the hardtop convertible that normally frays over time. You want to make sure and keep an eye on that, because if this is fraying, which is very common in the pre-LCI E93s, you want to replace this string. I already replaced mine with the LCI material, so it's much stronger and it is less prone to fraying. So just keep an eye on that. Make sure you inspect that string there, because you don't want your to damage your headliner if that snaps. Right over here is another area to add some grease in, because this is guiding the pins of the hardtop in there. So you want to make sure you also grease this up here, as well as any parts and hinges that you can find that are moving parts. Again, take a look at that guide, the guide that's in the description below, for more detail on every single part of the hardtop mechanism that you want to lubricate. And let's just keep on going. Okay, so I went ahead and lubricated and greased up most of the joints that I could find. There are so many. So yeah, just take your time, look at what you think is a moving part, and just grease it or lubricate it. I also wanted to add some more gummy fledge stift on this seal right here, this rubber seal that goes through the trunk. You definitely want to do that because you don't want any water leaking in and getting onto your battery or your cables back there. So this side is your amp right over there. You don't want water getting in there, so make sure you lubricate these and make sure these rubber seals are in good condition. Also, don't forget the rubber seals up here on the trunk, which kind of contact down there. These ones, make sure they're both nice and supple. All right, so I just finished lubricating all the seals and hinges that I could find, and hope this video guide was helpful for you. If you need more information or more pictures, please check the link in the description for an in-detail guide that I did not make, but someone else did. I usually will follow that one. This is something that I do at least once a year, usually during the end of summer, just to make sure that the seals and the hardtop mechanism stays maintained and lasts as long as possible with no leaks or rattles and issues. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good afternoon.